Hi, you're watching On the Town. Welcome back, and thank you so much for chiming in with us again this week. So much going on, and with the violence against Asians, I thought I wanted to share something with you this week because really, if we don't nip this in the bud, ladies, it's only going to get worse. So first, I'd like to send our condolences to all the families affected and to all the people that are being abused just based on hate. And that's gone on the rise, as we know. But you know, I think if we know about it, we'll do better about it. But more importantly, I want to say violence against women is really nothing new. In fact, if we go back in history, before even the 1950s, civil rights, all that stuff, women, including white women, really kind of didn't have any rights. I mean, there was some point where up until like 1940 or something, 40, I forgot the law or the rule, whatever it was. But up until a certain point, even if a woman got divorced from her husband, he got the kids, the car, the house, the dog, everything. So even the fact that women are getting $5 billion now or half of the estate, that's new. And thanks to civil rights, they have that. This is nothing new. It's just very sad that it's still happening. I don't know if you know this or not, but 1 in 4 women, that means 7 million children, live in a violent home. Yeah, let that sink in for a minute. Let that sink in. 500 women are raped and sexually assaulted every day. Let that sink in. Mm-hmm. And the CDC reports that domestic violence, which I didn't know this, is a major cause of death for women, all women, black or white. So women to me women have always been vulnerable, let's face it, to misplaced, irrational male anger. This is nothing new. I don't know if you guys, somebody woke up one day and said, oh, no, this has been happening. Women have always been, and children have always been the takeout punching bag. And so I wanted to bring attention to it because I wanted to say, well, what can we do about it? What is it that we can do to change this? There's so many things we can do. And one, signs to look for in the wrong mate. That's number one. And I know this is always a reoccurring issue. Oh, I didn't know. I had no idea. And there's never, ever any excuse. Men should know better, quite frankly. And women should raise their children to know better. But my theory is this, and it's only my theory, that if these people are, these men, and believe me, and there's women upon women violence. So don't think this all men. I'm not totally men bashing, not totally, but I want you to follow me in this Asian shooting, and that they're now trying to pass it off as, well, he was just sexually, he had problems and he had issues. That's why he did it. It's like, who cares? We all have problems. We all have issues, but we don't go around, selectively shooting people and then going to the next place and the next place. Like that's not something that people do, or half of us would be dead. I'm quite sure. So just the fact that they're making excuses for him, to me, means that's another male making excuse for another male. And it really pisses me off because it's just men agree with us. Most men agree with us on this one, that like, what are you saying? The sergeant, the captain, whatever that spoke on the news, trying excuse me, take that back. I'm not saying he downplayed it. It appeared to be he downplayed it. Get what I'm saying? And because I don't think I want to repeat what he said, because I can't trust what he was saying, because he walked into a place and killed 8 women. So what can he possibly tell me that would be like new and shocking and like that would really help me out in this case? I don't think as much. And I would not be anticipating that if he was a Proud Boy, that he would say, yeah, I wanted to kill those Asians or those blacks. I doubt he's going to say that right now, because Proud Boys know they're hot right now. So if they're probably being told by this QAnon group or whatever groups and whatever they belong to do all these crazy things, and don't worry, just say this as the excuse. Say you're mentally insane. I mean, to say that it's an insult to say that, I get sexually aroused from going to this massage parlors and that's why I did it. What? That's beyond white privilege. That's like beyond brat boy. That's called, what do you call it? I'll just say satanic to a high degree. I don't know what to call that, because to me, for you, well, first of all, you know how I feel about violence, but to be able to shoot somebody takes a lot. Like somebody that didn't do anything to you. Like it's not like someone was trying to kill your kid and then you hit them in the head and they died. That's a different story. Okay, I mean, I don't even know that, but that's a different story. But for you to say, let me get my gun, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z because I'm sexually aroused and I don't want to be sexually aroused because of my religion or whatever excuse he had. There is no excuse for killing women or anybody, but to go into a place and just massacre women. He is a terrorist, people. And I don't know why our government does not start changing the wording. They do it for Black folk all the time. They give us titles. Let one of them little gang kids out there. Oh, by the way, just look at the papers. Look at the papers. All the little shootings. Oh, somebody got shot in the daylight. Oh my God, these gang members. They want to keep running that tape in your head. But the tape they're not running in your head is how many women are being killed per day and sexually assaulted per day. Look at the case in London. I don't know if you know about it. Google it. There's a woman, Sarah, I cannot remember her last name. She was just walking home and she was murdered by a police officer and her body was dumped in the woods. They're over there having a BLM matter like you ain't never seen before. And it's white women having this BLM moment, I call it. It's a worldwide thing, people. India, go to India and look at how some of the women are being treated in some parts of India. Go to any country at this point. And you'll see. And it's violence caused from white males. A certain type. There's a certain, I'm sure as the FBI says, a profile. This is a profile for that type of man. So that's not all white men. That's not all this and all that. It's just there's a certain type, a hashtag privilege, that doesn't want to give up this thing. So they feed into the garbage of other things, well, I got to kill them and I got to do this and I got to do that. For once in your life, for those type of males, Proud Boy types, I'll call them. I'm just going to say Proud because it's easy to say. Hitler types. For the once in your life, can you just sit back and just chill for a moment? Can you just not think about what's good for you and your privileges and your this and that? Can you for once, because we're trying to enjoy this tiny little bit of life that we have, but we're not able to. And I want to tell white women, all my white women friends, y'all better get on the bandwagon with all of us Black women and us Asian women and the men who participate and help us. Y'all better get on the bandwagon. Let me tell you why. Because they're coming for all of us. Okay. So y'all think it's just Black women. First, you thought it was just Black male shooting. No, that's another dynamic of the situation. But the other dynamic situation is there's people who want to keep their power going. They want it to be that they're always here. That's it. And they will execute anybody that's in between that. So white women, hate to tell you, you're in that group too. So, I know so many people that suffered at the hands of domestic violence that were white, that were rich, that were other and were rich and had money, had all the stereotypes that you want to, hey T, hey Grandma, hey Emma, Betty and Norma. Yeah. All the stereotypes that go on. I've seen them all, honey. I mean, I've seen them all. And one that shocked me the most was one of my good friends. It really shocked me. Because she was the sweetest person in the world. Okay. And, I did counseling for a little while, so maybe I'm a little in tune to things than other people are. That's fine. But just in my personal opinion, I just think that a lot of times, how do I say it? So basically, our past dictates our future when it comes to dating and relationships. And what does this have to do with what I'm talking about? Domestic violence, women being killed, all that stuff. We need to look for signs, people. You know what I'm saying? Where we're dating guys, they give all the clues. Maya Angelou, whoever said it best, when people show you who they are, believe them. because they're usually telling the truth. Even if it hurts, believe them. So we often, I guess, because we're so busy looking for love, I guess, I mean, that we can go into Freud and his different steps. And if you don't get this, if you don't get this met at this stage in life, then, blah, blah, we can go into that, but we won't. But what I'm saying to you is women, and men too, because I know men get domestic violence too, believe it or not, that is the thing. But right now I'm talking about women. I'm focusing on women because women, I've been saying it. If you go back and look at any of the footage I've said years ago, that there is a war on women and children, not just Black men, but women and children and Black men. That is a thing. Look it up. Go look at everything that's happening. Put it all together. Put all the numbers together, and you'll say, damn, this is a war on them. Whoa. So I'm just saying, if we all band together, people, like, I don't care if you don't love me, I'm saying, as long as you respect me, I'm good. But you better band together with us. That goes for white, Asian, Latina, Black, other, and all the other people that's coming here from other countries, whether it's Croatia, whether it's Russia or Poland, you need to get on the bandwagon too, because don't worry, they'll come for you too. Don't think, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a woman, they're going to come for you. It doesn't matter in somehow or another, whether it's through sexual harassment, whether it's through sex trafficking, whether it's through underpaid wages. What else happens with us women? We just get it all ways. We get it all kind of ways, but no one pays attention. I pay attention. And the bottom line is, women, we got to pay attention to who we're bringing home. Like, really, I mean, can you imagine all these kids are being subject to 7 million kids are being subject to abuse? Like, do you know what that means? 7 million children live in a violent home. That means, ladies and gentlemen, 7 million times probably their next 3 generations. So 21 million children. I mean, you just keep doing a Dale Carnegie method here, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Because, we bring trauma from our past and we bring it right into the future. We like, hey, trauma, let's go. You want to come over with me here? That's how we do. And it's not intentional. So I'm not beating up anybody. I'm saying, find out what the trauma is in your childhood, whatever that is. It could be someone told you were stupid every day. It could be abuse, physical abuse. It could be sexual abuse. It could be mental abuse. It could be verbal abuse. It could be a few things, but that are really serious and traumatizing. You know what I'm saying? Find out what that is, whatever that is. It doesn't matter how dark it is. Whatever, you've made it this far, you are a winner, honey. Trust me, if you made it this far, whatever you went through, I don't care if you was on 10 rocks, got thrown down and ran over 10 times. If you're still here and you can hear my voice, man, you are a winner. You are a winner, 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 girl. And so with that being said, now comes the healing. You got to start the healing, ladies. We've got to start the healing. If we don't start I don't know if y'all know this or not, but women, we are the Mother Earth. Okay. We make everything go around pretty much. I mean, imagine the world without women. Silence. Oh, that would be pretty awful. I don't think I ever want to, I don't know about you, but I don't want to envision that at all. But we have to get it together. And what can we do? Okay. So just my little suggestions. These are my opinions. And they're just my opinions. It's based on people I know, people I've worked with, places I've been, different cultures of women I've been around. And so, some people take it for a grain of salt. Some people say, no, she pretty much knows. I'm telling you, for any human being, if you don't want to carry your trauma into the past, whatever that is, sexual abuse, domestic violence, especially those things, when you have children, you have to clean that up, because if you don't clean it up, you're going to project it or vomit it right onto them. Whatever it is, it's coming on your children and your grandchildren and their children and their children. And I'll give you a prime example. Slavery. I mean, we're like how many years out, how many hundreds of years out, and we're still traumatized, African Americans. We're still traumatized. We're still, and it's not our fault. It's not a blame thing. It's just, this is an example of repetitive trauma, I call it. It just goes on and on and on. And finally, I'm glad a lot of Black people are waking up and saying, whoa, wait a minute. That's from this. And this is, we're really getting it. We're doing our therapy, we're doing groups and, talking it out and talking to our family members to say, what happened in our family? Let's lay down the table. Okay, let's go. This is what the things you got to do, people. If you don't want to go through this same thing, because at the end of the day, people, at the end of the day, the whole point of all that, getting help and trauma and women, blah, 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 is that these men, well, I don't call them men, these wimps, terrorists that are out blowing little women away are doing that because something is jacked up at their home. That's why. That's it. Something is array in their life, their whatever. They didn't get enough love, or whether it's, I don't know if it's home or their church or their brainwash, whatever. There's some intermental trauma going on that caused them to now think that they can just take a life like that. Boom, like that. No problem. I can just walk in here and snuff out people because I feel like it. What? Are you kidding me? That's why you have to get help. If you have trauma in your life and you do not want to project it onto your kids, you need to get help, because if you don't, you usually pass it on. That's the home point of today, is that we've got to do the work, people. And women, I say to you, because, men, especially domestic violence men, like a lot of the cases that I've seen, they always showed signs. I ain't never seen one yet that just slid up on third base and like, oh my God, he's that violent? I didn't know that. That's a shocker. No, they always show signs. Let me give you an example. Okay. I asked someone once, she said, oh no, my husband never showed signs, hon. He never did. I said, no, he never did. She said, no. I said, tell me the first date you ever had. So the first date she tends to tell me that she ever had. I said, okay, tell me exactly what happened. Just the first 20 minutes, if you can. She didn't even get 5 minutes in before she said that he wanted to look at her phone. Boom. Hello. I just met you and you want to look at my phone? Oh, no, I don't think so. That's number one sign. Then she said, when they got a little closer, he really just wanted to be around me all the time. He didn't want me around my family. Red sign, girls. Anytime a man or a woman, because you might be in a relationship with somebody else, wants you solo dolo by yourself, and red flag, time to exit, gotta go, because that's a problem. That's a red flag, that they want you all to themselves, that they don't want you to do anything else. They don't want you to work. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, I don't want you to work, baby. I'm going to take good care of you. That's my wife. I'll take care of my wife. She don't got to go to work. I mean, there's some men that's the case, and that they're really saying that, and that's real. But when it goes along with, well, I don't want you around your family. Why don't you stay here with me and don't go here? And let me see your phone. Who's calling you? Why are you calling? Let me see your phone. I gave you a special phone because they're going to track you. That's why. Those are signs. When they all go together, boom, you got the signs, ladies. You got the signs. The signs are always there. They don't ever lie. They never lie. But we are so like Google-eyed. Oh, he's so cute. I love him. Love yourself first, girl. Love yourself first. You got to break the pattern for your kids. That is the bottom line, by choosing better mates. And only you can do that with therapy or some form of group help or something like that. Because ladies, at the end of the day, insanity. What is that? Doing things over and over and over again and expecting different results. We're not going to get any. So I say to you this, I know it's a lot, but women, we must get it right. We must follow all our little signs and our little clues. I see girls on the internet talking about, oh, I almost got sex trafficked. And one girl told her story, and it was horrible. I was like, it was horrible that she didn't realize. First of all, hi, Joe, what's up? She went down an alley with somebody, a lady that told her to sign a petition, and then told her, oh, no, it's over here down this alley. And she said, I knew it was weird going down the alley, but then they wanted to go through a gate. What the hell would you go through a gate for? Like, are you out of your mind? Like, especially we know about sex trafficking. It's a big thing right now. So we have to follow the signs, lady. All of the signs are there. Like, we got to follow them. We've got to follow them, and we got to stop thinking that, we need love so bad that we'll take anyone just because he bought us some flowers and a steak. Who cares? Like, you can buy your own steak. In fact, ladies, you should be at a point in raising your girls to buy your own steak. Take yourself to Paris. Nobody treats you better than you. I know I treat myself really good. Be smart. That's right. I'll get to you guys' comments in a minute, Emma. We have to do it, ladies. because as I think of all these terrorists popping, white homegrown terrorists, not the ones that you think, I think that these guys, something went wrong. I can't put my finger on it. Like that guy, when I saw a picture of him and I did my little quick assessment, I said, "Ooh, something's wrong with his life, really bad." And like if I would have saw him before he came into the shop, I would have said, "Oh, something 7:30 about this guy," right away. I would have known right away just by looking at him and looking into his eyes. Your eyes tell a lot about you. You can tell a lot looking somebody dead in the eyes. I usually don't, because I have a third eye and it tells me too much information and I don't want to know all that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to know if your liver's damaged and all that stuff. I don't want to know. So sometimes I won't look someone in the eye because I don't want to have to be doing all that reading. And I can't help it when it happens. So that's why I don't. But usually looking someone in the eye, right in the eye, you can tell they got them serial killer eyes, or they're kind of like off a little. You can tell. I think you can tell. You know what I'm saying? Ladies, you got to do better. We've got to. There's no other option. We've got to start raising our kids, and this is white and black, to respect other people. Very important, so important. We have to teach our children to respect all lives at all times and for all situations, whether it's school, whether it's work, because then we won't have cops shooting black men in the back, because that is a kid whose mother raised him to say, we respect all life, honey. And if they respect all life and they become a cop and there's a situation, they'll say, this is a traffic stop. I don't think I'm going to blow 15 bullets into a guy for a ticket that's $15. That just doesn't make sense to me, right? Because they have a sense of compassion that their mother raised them with, right? And they weren't in a home where they were being traumatized and abused, or watching their mother, the first favorite person in their life, their first love, being battered. So then they don't have no psychosis going on in their heads about what they think about men or women, right? So we have to go back. We have to go back, start all over again, ladies, and start taking care of ourselves first. Doing the therapy, getting the help that you need. I don't care what your family says. If they say, "Oh, you don't need therapy, you don't want to tell everybody your business." Guess what? It became everybody's business when you were having to call 911 or whatever, to go to the shelter or be protected, or have to go to the hospital. It became everybody's business. You know what I'm saying? Because what happens is your children will grow up and be affected. I don't care who they are. Now, some kids go opposite. So there could be 5 kids in a domestic violence home, and 3 will go 7:30 and be like off. 2 may be like in trouble all the time, and 1 may actually be like the person that was doing the domestic violence. So not everybody's going to do the same thing. Obviously not. I mean, I'm the child of an addict, and I'm not an addict. So we're not saying that. But I'm saying you want all 5 of your children to be law-abiding, beautiful human beings that contribute to society, not suck it dry, right? And the only way you can do that is by healing your trauma so that you can move on. I mean, if I could just tell people, trauma is a big thing. Big thing. And it plays its ugly head in so many ways. And I really strongly believe that all these men that are acting out, because it's not only just privilege going on, but there's other issues for some of them going on. And most of it has to do with trauma from the past. Usually if you can walk into a place and kill 8 people, I'm sure that goes way, 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 way back. So, that to think that I can go and kill a human being. Oh my God, my mother would beat my butt if I just even slapped somebody. Like my mother would be like, no, my foster mother was not a Quaker like I was, but she would wax my butt if I came home and said I beat somebody up because I just felt like it, because Tommy wouldn't do what I said. So I beat him up. What? Oh no, you didn't birth Tommy. How you going to do that? So you see what I'm saying? You've got to do better, ladies. And that's all I'm saying to you is please do better. I'll look at the comments here and say hi to everybody. But you get the point. And hashtag stop the violence, hashtag stop the Asian violence, hashtag stop shooting at Black men. And all lives do matter. That's true. But we have to protect our women and our children. Very important. Very important. Our women and children. If I can tell you how many kids are dying per day, being kidnapped per day, being, sex trafficked per day. And that always goes right back the arrow goes back to mom and dad, or, I say mom and dad, even if the dad's not there, it's his fault too, because he wasn't there. So I blame both parents. And that's another thing. Yeah, I'm going to say it. Y'all blaming us single mothers for everything. First of all, it takes two to tango. That's number one. And if a woman is clever enough, I say, and kind enough, and she's doing the best she can with what she has, stop beating up on her, y'all. Y'all need to stop it. Talking about she ain't got no husband. So what? Okay, so what? I mean, like, really. Don't try it. If she's raising her children to be nonviolent children, they're law-abiding citizens. They're good people. That's all that matters. I'm sure God would rather her have her babies than not have her babies, period. So I do believe all life is important, except for pedophiles. Sorry, I had to keep it real. But I seriously do believe all life is important. So that is a real thing. But remember what I said, ladies, trauma starts at home. Let's get it together, ladies. Let's get it together. So here we go. I'm going to say, hi, Grandma Norman. What's up? Love you, darling. How are you? Yes. Hey, Betty. What's up? Hey, Emma. How you doing, girl? Yes, that's a terrorist. Yes, Emma, that guy is a terrorist at the Asian shooting. Yes. A brat to the highest power, equal white privilege. Yes, that's the truth. Like the guy, the shooter, clearly. I mean, and then for the cops to talk to him like he's an authority on the shooter, the terrorist, is an authority on something, like, yeah, so why'd you do it? And exactly, can you tell us more detail? And then he regurgitates it back to the press as if it's matter-of-factly, like, yeah, he's just having a bad day because he didn't get sex or something. What? Oh, no, I mean, but then again, we see how they're treating white males that shoot up everything. They bring in the Burger Kings, right? McDonald's, whatever. What they do for Dylan Roof? They brought him something to eat. Bought the boy something to eat. Hello. And by the way, they didn't feel their life was in danger when they picked him up. Oop, I thought for sure he'd get a bullet in the leg, but he didn't even get that. And then, I mean, just the guy in the movie theater, how did they confiscate that guy? How do you confiscate people? I want to know. I'd love to see a little hidden camera when they go to the house of like Jeffrey Dahmer. He eats people. Okay. He eats people. And I don't understand like how they go to his house and not be like fully loaded, lock and loaded, FBI SWAT team, like the whole nine, because he might eat us up. Nope. They made it to Jeffrey Dahmer and Charles Manson. How did you make it to Charles Manson? Because he had his cult members carve Sharon Tate's baby out of her stomach. Like, if I would have been responding to that, I would have been like, guns drawn, ready, let's go. Something's wrong with that picture, but don't let me tell that side of the story. All I can tell you is, if you picked up Charles Manson with no incident, you can definitely help a Black brother out when he's at a traffic stop. And that's another thing. Killing Black men at a traffic stop or walking, like, what the hell? Like, even if, let's make something up, even if there's a robbery in progress. Okay, robbery in progress. You see a Black man walking, you want to say it's him because all Black men look alike to you. Okay, you grab him. Okay, and he starts running. Like, do you shoot him 15 times in the back and you're not even sure it's him? And even if you was sure it was him, why can't you wait till he gets home and go to his house and get him? Like really? Do you have to shoot him in the back because you're not sure yet, right? There's so many things going on that's shady, y'all. So shady things. But again, it goes back to us, women and children. If you raise your children right, when they do become police officers or whatever the hell they become, they will be upholding human beings first in their jobs. Trust me, I know. I've seen cops that have integrity that made a decision right away and said, yeah, that's not worth doing all this. You know what I'm saying? I've seen some because their mama raised them that way. How do I know? Because I know their mamas. You know what I'm saying? So that's a real thing. If your mama raised you right, there is no way in hell you're just going to pop off at somebody just because they're running away from you. Like, that's just stupid. But anyway, that's another subject. I'm going to say hi. Oh, thank you, Betty. Who's that? Anoma, love you. Who did I get to? I didn't get to somebody here. Grandma. Hey, Emma. And what'd you say, Emma? Brat power. Yes, girl. Hey, T, sis, what's up? Who'd I got? Kimberly, what's up, Kimberly? Don't play with Kim said don't play with Marie. You know that's right. She don't play. Anthony, that's how me and brother raised address that woman. I got 5 sisters. That's right, Anthony. I know you know the deal. I know you know. That's right. True. Family court system is a used part. Yes, family court system is a very used part of. They be playing, but who's it run by, Kim? Men. It's always men. It's a man's world. This is a man's world. Mm-hmm. James Brown said it. If you get scared, don't become an officer. That's how I feel too, right? If you in there, you in the wrong field. If you're scared, that's true. But Kim, you're right. Kim, the courts do play a big role, and it's always a male judge in there somewhere. I mean, look at our high courts. How many of those are men? I think Biden might have. I mean, no, Trump. Who changed it? There might be a couple in there now, but there's usually white males, I'm sorry, that are high up judges. And even in the lower courts, it's usually I know some women judges. Actually, I know two in Westchester. So, okay. So we got it going on a little something. But you know what I'm saying? Generally speaking, who's in the courts and who's, I don't know. All I can tell you is women, we've got to do better. That's all I can tell you. We've got to stop dating these guys that we saw the signs, but we want to ignore the signs. You know what I'm saying? You knew they were doing what they were doing before they did it. You heard rumors about it, but you said, oh, I'm going to be with him anyway because I love him. No. Love yourself. Love yourself so much that no one negative can come in because your cipher is that strong. That's my message for today, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you taking the time to listen to my, I don't know what we call this today, my issues with what's going on with women and children. We've got to do better. And I think it's going to start with us women. We have to raise our children better. And just as a society, we have to, those judges. Oh, I know, Anthony. I know there's a lot of racist judges. Hello, I know. Hi. Oh, I know, Gina, you said been there, done that. I know. Yeah, no, it is domestic violence. If I can, you guys make sure you do me a favor. Don't believe what I say. I want you to go do your own research. Go look at journals and New York Times articles and, whatever you can find on domestic violence and how many women, especially white women, are being killed every year by their partners. Your head's going to spin around. Yeah, it's going to spin around. So I know they've been silent, and I know that the media who's run by men, by the way. That's why all this trajectory is going on. The media is not going to put it out there like they do about other stuff. Like they'll put out, it's weird. They'll put out like the black shootings, like black man shot, or the black gang members. Oh, 10 people were shot by gang members today on the streets of New York City because they want to put fear in your ass. And they'll tell you, and they want you to be scared of the black man always. So they always going to tell you that. They're going to tell you always anything negative. The guy pushed the lady off the subway. It was a black guy. He pushed her because she was white. They're going to always do that. That's a part of the unfortunate, the way the balls are rolling. That's why it's important for you to be the change that you want to see. I got into media because I wanted to see a change in media. I got offered jobs with other big places that I could have been in syndicated TV, but I chose not to for now, at least. Maybe one day I'll change my mind. But for now, nah, because you have to go by what the station says. What would be the point of that? I don't want to do that. That's like mainstream stuff. Like, it's like, no, I don't want to do that right now. So, and now with all the new platforms, good luck with that. So you have to, I tell you, boy, we have to get it together, guys. It's just crazy right now. All the stuff I can't even, and we didn't even go into sexual trafficking. I'm going to do a special on the Native Americans, what's happening with them right now. I'm trying to get an interview with one of the girls. Something's happening really bad. Sex trafficking is horrible. They're being murdered. I mean, genocide like a mother. You hear me? As many black men are being shot as more Native American women are being kidnapped and put in sex trafficking ring or just killed. So that's big. I'm trying to get that story together for you soon. Okay. So hopefully by next month, I'll have that done. But I appreciate you guys taking the time. Kimberly, what'd you say? Family court has no oversight. I know. Yeah. Family court is a mess. My Italian therapy. Oh yeah, you guys. For you guys don't know, my friend Gina on here, Gina Fiore. Check her out. She did a book called My Italian Therapy, and it deals with abuse, addiction, and codependency. You guys might want to pick up her book. That's going to be awesome. Check her out. Inbox her, Gina Fiore. And if you need to know, I can tell you too if you forget her name. Okay, because it's going to be. I'm sure it's going to be awesome. I read some of it already. She's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Betty says domestic violence has always been triggered by the pandemic. Yes, Betty, it has. Yes, it has been triggered, but I still believe that it was already there. It just, like you said, because of the pandemic, it may have made it come out more. But it's been there and it's been happening just as much. It's been hidden more. That's what I think. It's been hidden. Oh, please let me know about the Native Americans. Yes, I'm going to definitely let you know, Gina. If you guys ever want to come on, let me know something. Please be my guest. Let me know. I'll let you know about about the show with a Native American women. I'm trying to get that together as we speak. Thank you, Gina. No, that's real. You always look at our show, and we appreciate you at Five Black Comics and here on the town. So thank you. But thank you guys so much. I can keep you forever on this topic because it goes on and on. But just remember, if you're not the victim of domestic violence, if you know a friend who is, you got to talk to them and try their best to steer them toward the therapy model. You know what I'm saying? And have them study a little bit about Freud. They study about Freud and like the first steps. He talks about children, the different age groups and why it's important to have the love and the hugs and this and that. If you don't get them met, then boom, boom, boom. All those things together, you see why it's important. If you want a good whole human being that respects other human beings, you have to deal with past trauma and drama. You have to deal with it. You have to. There's no hiding around it. It pops up. It's like you have a wound, right? And it's bleeding out all over, right? And then you put like Band-Aids, but there'll be little pieces, just little pieces, right, coming out until it's saturated again. That's kind of how it is when you deal with trauma. People who've been traumatized or people who've been raised privileged and traumatized. That's like a double whammy. Like I can't believe this. Like last example, Durst. The DuPont heir, DuPont, the cotton, yeah. The DuPont heir. Okay, he grew up in a rich house. Okay, he's got more money than the Rothschilds. Okay, and he had everything he wanted. Okay, and he had everything he wanted. Okay, why did he kill his best friend who was in drag or whatever happened? I don't know if that's what triggered. I don't know what triggered what, but he shot him and then he chopped him up. That's trauma. That's called multiple forms of trauma. You don't just chop people up. Like the normal average person can't just say, I'm going to chop somebody up. No, because it's a lot of psychosis that goes into looking at that guck and the yuck. I mean, I've actually found a body before in a bag in New York City, which is not a bragging thing. It's just, I really found one. So I know what that's like. You can, you just to be able to I couldn't even stomach it and it was in a bag. I only stepped on the blood. Could you imagine doing that? Like, no, that takes a certain person who has not, something's wrong right there. So get your stuff together, ladies, because we are the leaders of the world. We do everything. I hate to tell you, I don't care what. Behind every great man is a great woman. That's a fact. And there's a lot of great men out there. So I am not talking to you. If the shoe fits, wear it. Okay, that's how that goes. We have to do better. That's the bottom line. We have to do better for our kids because if we don't, we are going to keep this dysfunction happening and going on forever. Yes, Gina, you have a chapter 2 on generational pain from past. See? Yes, I talk about that in one of my books too. Trauma is a big thing. I'm telling you. So you get it, Gina. I'm glad you got it. And I'm so glad trauma and a little crazy. Anthony said, yes. I'm glad you got that, Gina. Don't worry. When you're ready and the book is ready, please let me know because I want to buy a copy too. So I've been buying everybody's book. I'm going to be broke pretty soon. But I love it because, why are there so many dysfunctional men? Because the women that were dysfunctional that raised them. That's what my point. Thank you, Gina, for saying that. Why are there so many dysfunctional men? Because the women or men, whoever raised them or whoever raised them, either if they didn't do the trauma, some trauma happened and it didn't have to be in the home, like per se, like mom and dad. It could have been the uncle, the grandma, the grandpa, the best friend. I mean, I know people that were literally traumatized as kids by their dad's best friend, and the parents still don't know to this day. And I was like, you need to tell them that. They're like, no, I can't tell them. What? That was their best friend, and you trusted them. You were only 5 years old. Like, tell them. They don't want to tell them. So this is what I'm talking about. That person goes into the whole adulthood. What did they do? The person was very promiscuous. Very promiscuous. You know what I'm saying? So that came out in some other way. She didn't go around killing people or abusing people, but she was really promiscuous. Like it was a problem. So it comes out. It will come out, whatever the trauma is. Hey, Penelope, what's up? ¿Cómo estás, pretty girl? So you have to, we have to heal trauma, and we starts with women. Us women have to get our act together. That's it. We don't got time. We can't be waiting around for nobody else. There's nobody riding in. Like I tell my foster youth, there will be no knight not shining armor coming in to save you, Cinderella. You are it. You're it. So tag, ladies, you're it. And I thank you so much for watching. Do you think the war added to trauma and dysfunction in past book is on Kindle, and we will put it out in May. So Gina's book will be out in May, guys. It's on Audible. It's on Kindle right now. My Italian Therapy. You can go to let me put it in I'm going to put it in the chat, guys. www.myitaliantherapy.com. Okay, so you guys can go check that out. It's going to be awesome. I'm telling you, I've been reading Distal Pieces, and I'm telling you, it's going to be life-saving. Thank you, Gina, for putting that out there. It's not easy for people to tell their story, guys, so you have to really, be open and be ready to read new stuff and listen to people when they tell their stories. Listen, you know what I'm saying? Most people ain't going to make it up. You know what I'm saying? This is not a Hollywood movie. These are people's real lives. So they're usually telling you because they really feel, at least when I tell about my trauma, I was a foster kid, abandoned, neglect, all that good stuff, whatever you want to put in there. And I tell my story, not because I want to brag about it, but because I think I will save or change your life, period. That's what you got to do. You have to. Check out the story of Nicole Adimando from Fishkill. She's in jail for killing her boyfriend that was abusing her for years, and she can't get out. It's a horrible story what happened to her, and she is the one looking like a bad person when she was saving herself. I want to check that story out, Kim. I'll have to get that name again because I know a lady that happened to when I worked in a jail. I won't say where. I worked in a jail, and the lady was in for life. She went in like 18 years old. And she went in because from domestic violence at the highest degree, and the husband was trying to kill her, and she got a knife and stabbed him, and he lived. And he said, "I don't want to press charges," because he knew it was wrong. He was dead wrong. But the state said we are, because why? She was a Black illiterate woman. She had no English skills. She couldn't read or write. She had no lawyer. I mean, come on. That was ET target. Like, we're gonna make $30,000 a year of this woman. Let's go. She's been in jail for I don't know how many years already. She's in her, if I'm 50, so she's like 60 something now. I didn't check to see if she was released as of 5 years ago. I didn't check, but she was in jail since she was 18 years old. Okay. I think she might've been 19. I think she had been being abused since she was 18. I don't know, but it was really bad, like breaking nose, the whole nine. But they said, nope, sorry. We can't help you on this one. So I know there's cases like that, Kim. There's a lot. This is where lawyers, if you're going to school for law, if you're a lawyer, that's another thing. You guys, lawyers that are out here in these streets that are making money, y'all need to start doing some more pro bono cases and helping people out. Like I love the ones that are helping all the Black guys that were convicted, and they're coming out after doing 20 years, and they were like, oh, we were wrong. We got the wrong person. What? You guys need to step up the game, man. Step it up. And it'll be us women that's going to lead. You know that. We love you too, Gina. And no, it's first, but it helps people that the reason I shared. Yes, it's the part. Yes. Save or change your life. That's my motto. I've been saying it for years, and it is what it is. Ladies, get it together. Gentlemen who support us, keep supporting us because we love you. And if you want to be loved, you got to keep supporting us. Okay. That's very important. Anthony, what's he say? If a man puts his hand on a woman, she needs to leave him. Yes. Absolutely, Anthony. That's exactly what I said. You gotta go. And ladies, look for the signs. Please. They are always there. Love yourself first. Nobody's gonna love you like you. And with that, I'm out, guys. You guys are the best. I appreciate you. And I'll see you guys. What's today? I can't remember what day it is. Today's Sunday. I'll see you guys back again on Thursday. And I have who I have. Jack Mack is a photographer, is my guest on Thursday, 8 p.m. And then I'll see you again on Saturday for 5 Black Comics. You know that time, 5 o'clock Eastern, 5 p.m. Eastern. So thank you guys, and I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you guys so much for watching. Gina, Betty, Emma, Joe, Anthony, Norma, Betty. Who did I miss? Miss somebody? I just thank you all for watching. I appreciate you. Bye.